In a world that's absolutely obsessed with networking, how many of us are actually building connections that are built to last? We're always told to go out there, collect contacts, right? But what if the real power, the real secret, is in creating genuine, meaningful relationships? Well, today, we're going to uncover 5 keys to move past that superficial handshake and build bonds that truly, truly matter. Wow, this really just gets to the heart of it all, doesn't it? We've all been there. You come home from an event with a pocket full of business cards, but you still have this, I don't know, this real sense of disconnection. This quote just perfectly captures that feeling, and it's exactly what we're going to tackle head on. So, let's break this down. Let's diagnose the problem. Why does so much of what we call networking just feel so empty? Well, it pretty much all comes down to a fundamental misunderstanding of what we should be trying to build in the first place. And here it is. This is the core difference in mindset. You see, traditional networking, it's basically a one-way street. It's transactional, it's short-term, and it's almost always driven by that question, what can you do for me? But true connection, that's a two-way street. It's relational, it's built for the long haul, and it starts from a completely different place. What can I do for you? So, this is a moment for a little self-reflection. It's worth asking yourself right now, are your connections built to last? I mean, are they strong enough to get through a storm, or are they really just temporary arrangements? The answer to that question, well, it tells you everything you need to know about your approach. Okay, so how do we make that shift? How do we get on that two-way street? It all starts by fully embracing this idea, moving our focus from taking to giving. You see, genuine connection, it's not some strategy you learn in a book. It's a complete mindset. It's all about focusing on other people first, and just recognizing that the strongest bonds, whether they're personal or professional, are always built on a foundation of mutual support. All right, enough theory. Let's get practical. We're going to move from the what to the how with a really simple toolkit. These are the 5 essential keys you can literally start using today to build more meaningful connections. Yep, just 5. These are the 5 keys that really unlock the door to genuine connection. So let's break them down, one by one. Okay, here's our roadmap. It all kicks off with curiosity. Then we'll talk about speaking plainly. After that, we'll get into why you have to avoid being transactional at all costs, how to contribute real value, and finally, the secret power of patience. Let's dive right into that first one. First up, lead with curiosity. This is such a simple shift, but it is so powerful. Instead of jumping in with your own story, your own pitch, just ask about theirs. Show that you're genuinely interested in what they do, what makes them tick. I'm telling you, this one single act can totally change the entire dynamic of a conversation. Second, speak plainly. You know, when it is your turn to talk, just be clear and be authentic. Drop all the jargon, the confusing job titles. People connect with realness. So just be direct about who you are and what you're actually passionate about. Because clarity, well, that's where trust begins. Number 3, and oh man, this is a big one. Don't be transactional. If you walk into an interaction thinking only about what you can get out of it, you're putting a hard ceiling on that relationship before it even starts. Just remember this, if your intent is short-term, the connection is guaranteed to be short-term too. Fourth, make it a habit to contribute something useful. Always be thinking, what can I offer here? And listen, it doesn't have to be some huge grand gesture. It could be a thoughtful introduction to someone else you know, or maybe just a fresh perspective on a problem they're stuck on. These small acts of generosity, they're incredibly valuable. And finally, number 5, be consistent and be patient. This is absolutely a marathon, not a sprint. Strong relationships, they're like trees, right? They don't just pop up overnight. They have to be planted, they have to be watered, and they need to be nurtured over time with consistent, reliable effort. So when you start bringing these 5 keys together, something really powerful starts to happen. You stop just collecting contacts, and you actually start building bonds that last. You're creating a real, reliable support system, a foundation for relationships that can actually endure. This quote just brings it all home, doesn't it? It is the golden rule of connection. If you want people you can rely on, you have to be someone others can rely on first. It's the ultimate expression of that two-way street we've been talking about. So in the end, it really all boils down to this simple foundation. Patience, to give those relationships the space to grow naturally. Consistency in how you show up for other people. And a real track record of reliable actions. This is the bedrock that every single genuine connection is built on. And that leaves us with one final, very important question. I want you to think about your own network, the people in your life right now, and ask yourself, who can you be more reliable for starting today? Because the answer to that question, well, that's where true connection really begins.